Both teams having a tough day. Malaysia going out of the plate competition to resurgent Hong Kong after losing their quarter-final to China earlier in the day. And indeed Kazakhstan, the robust Kazakhstan, coming away with a fine win against the Philippines. So coming up after this game will be Hong Kong versus Kazakhstan in the plate final, but we have the 7th and 8th playoff between the Philippines and Malaysia.
Here we go then, we're underway, and Philippines earlier been beaten by Japan. I think it was 26-5. Yes, 26-5 after leading half time 5-0, giving Japan a wee fright there before succumbing to the power of Japan and 4 tries unanswered. But they play some good rugby. 2 different styles on display here between Philippines and Malaysia. Bumfa Strom takes it forward. Luke Matthews feeds the ball out to Boheni. Alex Aronson try score against Japan. Back to Strom. Going to come back to Aronson. There he goes, Alex Aronson. Good start to Philippines. If you're tuning in from Philippines, you would have got all excited when your lads were beating Japan 5-0. And likely upset on the cards there. He's converted no, that looked like it was in, but just to the right, nearly converting his own try there. So it's 5-0 to Philippines with 2 minutes gone. That's a good sand wedge there. Just goes to 10 directly down the middle. Well judged, like a Gary Owen. Through comes Strom. He goes to here. The kick and chase. He's been a bit of a cracker, this fella. Malaysia's got some zippy players into here. Zizi and Tamizi. There's some numbers here. Is it 2-on-1 is Holgate. Gives it out to Aronson again. Back inside to Matthews, and that's good interplay. Very nicely done from this side of the field to that. Very well worked for Philippines. And the second quick try, it's 10-0.
Great start by the Philippines. 2 primary possessions from kick-off and really nailing it, I should say, Grant. Fantastic responses to both kick-offs. And Luke Matthews has been prominent in all games, I think scoring in every game for the Philippines.
And they like to share the kicking around, but he's missed that. No, he doesn't. Oh, he's shaking his head there. It's over. It's 12-0. And there's an athlete coming under the posts. Here we go again. That looks to be well judged as well, but in front of the kicker. And Zizi, one of their zingy players, gets through and gets the arms free, but there's no one there. And here goes Ismail. Gets it wide to Tamizi, and he's bundled over there, and trademark kick back from Tahir. Tamizi gets it out to Ismail, and he's going for the cross kick. Who's there? It's Tahir. That's beautifully judged. Fantastic try. Good vision. And we haven't seen something that beautiful all day. We've seen some attempts at it, but that's the first one that's really come off. Beautifully judged and well read. Deserved 5 points there. In fact, that's worth more than 5. I'd give that 8.
Yeah, as you said, Grant, we've seen it attempted a few times today, but that's the first time it's gone in the breadbasket directly from the kick. Fantastic skill.
Looks so easy on the television when you see guys like Carter and Cooper and the likes pulling that off.
Here we are again on the replay. A lovely little kick. A lovely take. And defendable when it's executed like that.
To get the kick right is one thing, and then to get the catch right, a little bit of a slippery ball. Beautifully done. Here comes Buheni. Here we go again down that right side. There goes Holgate. Stand out today for Philippines. Matthews. And Patrick Kwok from Hong Kong giving him the big eyes. Here come Malaysia again through Zanuddin. Gets the arms free, and it's the try scorer to here. Philippines are over that. They should win this. Yes, they do. And they should win the penalty there, but they haven't. Bin Sudin. Zanuddin picks it out. Thinks he'll just start around the blind side, but he's stopped in his tracks, and out it comes to Tahir. Gives out the long one to Ismail. Can you get the arms free to pop up the pass? You can't. There's hands all over that in there. They get away with it. Zizi, big contact, spills it, and he's playing advantage, and it's a try. That's right, you've got to play on, and Bin Sudin has done that. Referee Patrick Kwok had the arm out for advantage, saying gone forward from Philippines, not from Malaysia. And so that brings it back with this kick to 12 all. And time's on the clock. Good half of rugby from these two teams in these conditions.
Great half for rugby. A game of 2 quarters? 2 halves? 2 quarters?
2 halves of a half.
Philippines leaping out to a 12-0 lead, but Malaysia coming back into the game, and an interesting second half, but some lovely sevens played by both teams. So we watch the highlights of the first 2 Philippine tries. Gate offloading to Luke Matthews out wide. Matthews converting his own try to take a 12-0 lead. And back came Malaysia with a lovely little skill, lovely kick, superbly executed over the top. Then the big bosh. Then the retention lost, and Patrick Kwok getting that one right. Ball certainly went backwards.
And Mohammed Faisal bin Mohammed Tahir with that beautiful catch from that crossfield kick. Number 12 for Malaysia into 9th spot on the point scoring this weekend with 21 points. And still on top of that list is Ma Chong. He's the leading try scorer with 7. He's also the leading point scorer with 41. Big contender for MVP for this tournament. And right behind him, though, is Terua Gotu also on the point scoring table and the try scoring table in second place with 6 tries and 30 points. And we'll settle this for once and for all at 8 p.m. when Japan and China play the cup final here at the Chantai Stadium in Qingdao in just 2 hours from now. And here we go again. It's 12 all. It's back to 0, and both these teams playing their socks off to take 7th spot. Sanudin getting wrapped up with the ball. Pops out the back to Zizi. And there goes Tahir, whom we were talking about. And he tries a crossfield kick of his own, and he realises they're not so easy to execute. Ismail not able to get to that one, and it's going to be a Philippines line out on the far side. See some kids with their green clangers in the background, waiting for their Chinese heroes to come on in both cup finals. So now it's Philippines with Matthews with the inside ball to Holgate. Matthews gets up and serves it again. Comes out to the big man Strom. He's just lost that forward. Has Kai Strom. On comes Jovan Masalunga. Ref calling on Malaysian subs in Bin Ahmad and Bin Muhammad Roli. And the 5 minutes left in this half, and it's still tied up at 12 all. Who's going to break this deadlock? There he is with his kickback from the scrum, as we've seen so many times from Tahir. Is it laziness? Is it just genius? It's a bit of both sometimes. It's been turned over, intercepted. Philippines players getting in the road. Oh, that's a big hit from the side. That was brutal. The referee is playing advantage. It's worked out well. With Roney kicking that ball ahead, and he's been tackled before he's got there. And it's, what's going to happen here? Did he look like he was in the act of scoring?
I think there was a bit of shoulder to shoulder. It'd be very, very harsh if the officials would have tried. It'll have to be a penalty try, but I think it was more than shoulder to shoulder, and I think you're going to get a knock on in the in-goal area and possibly scrum 5 metres out to the Philippines.
I think the assistant referee on this touchline was way too far behind the action to see. He was still jogging in from 20 metres. It's the in-goal assistant that probably saw this best. And he's saying it's been... What'd you say?
Well, I thought he was giving a knock on in the in-goal area initially, but Patrick Kwok has gone back to the in-goal official to ask what he, or clarify what he.
There you go.
It's knock on by Malaysia. So should we scrum down Philippines ball 5 metres out?
On comes Robert Jones. Philippines now have 3.5 minutes, and they've got about 105 metres to go. Good shove from Malaysia. And they decided just to wally it downfield and decide to go for territory. There's no one behind the ball yet for Malaysia. He's waiting, he's waiting. He takes 2 on. He's done beautifully. Well done, Tamizi. And he gives the ball inside to Zanudin, and well done. Looked like they were struggling to get players back behind the ball there, but the chase from Philippines wasn't that good either. Just a couple of boys chasing.
The old adage is the kick is as good as the chase, and the chase wasn't particularly good then. It looked as if the Philippines had isolated the runner, but weren't talking to each other and got condensed on the ball carrier.
And that's the deadlock broken. It's now 17-12 to Malaysia over Philippines with 2.5 minutes remaining. If he can get this kick, put them a full score out. No, but he's belted that into the boardings. So 17-12 it is.
Still time for either team to win this game. Only 1-score game. But
to hear coming left on this occasion, there was no one there from the Philippines, but they eventually got there but were a bit isolated. They had to defend the ball illegally, so that was well read by Tahir, spotting that the Philippines were not organised, and they were disorganised from the previous kick. They didn't chase. Maybe they're getting tired. It's been a long weekend. Meanwhile, the Malaysians still look full of beans. It's well snaffled in there. The Philippines, back it comes. Strom feeds it out. There goes Kenneth Stern. Oh, that's a very tidy hit there. And these Philippines players do look tired, looking lethargic, heavy ground. They've come away with a penalty though, and here comes Gareth Holgate, star of this Philippines side. He's given it to his teammate Ned Stevenson, who's come blasting onto it from deep. And he's beaten 2 players to the corner, and they're back. Philippines are back. It's 17-all again.
big kick to come. The last minute. Wind 30 seconds down here.
Yes, if he can nail this, it should be game over. It could be a time for a restart. Ball boys are not doing their jobs. They're sitting on their chairs, and the Philippines water boys having to retrieve the ball for his kick-up. Said Rambo won't be happy with that. He's down there, tutting. Oh, he's done it. He's done it. He's pushed them out to a 2-point advantage now, and it looks like there's time for a restart. So one last roll of the dice for both sides. Philippines will be looking to regather this and get rid of it. Malaysia, now they're not reforming very quickly either. He's decided to go for the long one, so no contest. Put pressure on these Malaysians now. They've got to run at 80 metres, but they can do it. We're just trying to lock this down, and they've blown over that, but the ref says they're off their feet. They've not supported their... Ooh, the blind side open up there a little bit. So you might dart down there. But here they come. Here come Malaysia with their last chance. And if they work it wide now, they've got some speedsters out there. There's a mismatch on the wing maybe with Strom. Beautiful, deceptive running from Zanudin. He's isolated and it's squeezed forward there, so the advantage is for the Philippines, and out it goes, and Philippines have won 19-17. They've taken 7th place from under the noses of Malaysia. That was a good game and very well contested. Two similarly strength teams, and Philippines nudging Malaysia there by 2 points to take 7th spot here in Qingdao. That'll give them something to be happy about as they travel home and prepare themselves for Bangkok in 3 weeks from now. Well played, both teams.
Very well matched 7th, 8th playoff there. Two fantastically exciting game. So, advantage to the Philippines, finishing in the top 7. Just a reminder that following this year's series, only 7 teams will stay up in the top flight, with 5 teams being relegated to the Division B of Asian Rugby Sevens, and 1 team coming up from the Division B competition later in the year. So advantage the Philippines.
Who are the likely? Who's in the B section that's likely to rise to the top there? Because that's a tough call, isn't it?
There's a couple of teams.